When was the last time someone cared good? Before you even knew you needed that care. Think about that for a moment. Not when you're sick or crying or asking for help, but much earlier. When someone quietly prepared for your future, expecting nothing in return. We usually imagine care as hugs, comforting words, or someone asking, "Are you okay?" But I grew up learning another language of care, a language that never spoke, never explained itself, it just showed up, served on a plate. And I didn't understand that language until years later. I still remember the day my menarche started. Like many girls, it was a completely new experience. Everything suddenly changed. There were new conversations, new instructions. You should take rest. Don't go to school for a week. Take care of yourself. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about biology. I was only thinking 7 days without school. But something else happened during those 7 days. Every single meal changed. Breakfast looked different, lunch looked amazing, and dinner was exclusive. Instead of my regular meals, my family served me with the traditional foods like black gram preparation known as ulendakali, finger millet or ragi kali, a subtle preparation, sesame laddus rolled like sweet little balls. As a 13-year-old girl back then, I never asked what nutrients are in this. I wasn't thinking about iron or calcium or protein, but I simply knew one thing: it tasted good. In fact, I enjoyed it. A week later, I went back to school, and something funny happened there. My friends looked at me and said, "You have become little chubbier." I laughed. But somewhere inside me, a small question was born. What was special about those foods? And that question stayed with me for years. As I grew older, I started learning about nutrition and I finally understood why. I discovered that black gram is rich in iron, calcium, protein, and several micronutrients. Finger millet or ragi is one of the richest natural sources of calcium. Sesame seeds are packed with iron, healthy fats, and essential minerals. Suddenly, those meals look completely different. They were never random. Until then, nobody gave me a lecture on micronutrients. They simply cooked. Somewhere across generations, knowledge had quietly traveled from one kitchen to another. And that's when I realized sometimes care doesn't explain itself, it simply nourishes. Years later, life gave me another opportunity to see this language again. This time through my aunt when she became a mother. Almost overnight, her entire routine changed. Her sleep, her responsibilities, even her meals. And here is something about my aunt. She absolutely loves eating meat. That's her favorite meal. But after childbirth, for nearly 40 days, her family encouraged her to follow the traditional postpartum meals instead. I remember watching her. Sometimes she would smile. Sometimes she would feel frustrated. Sometimes she would ask, "When can I eat my favorite food again?" At that age, I thought these were simply family rules. Today, I see something completely different. I see a family saying, "Your body has just done something extraordinary. Now let us help it to recover. Her meals included foods like moringa leaves, the traditional ingredient that is believed to support recovery, strength, nourishment during postpartum period. Today we know that moringa leaves are rich in iron, calcium, protein, and also it includes vitamin A and C. It offered nutrient dense nourishment at a time when her body was healing and recovering after childbirth. A 2026 review published in Egyptian Pediatric Association Gazette pooled data from 14 clinical studies and among 850 mothers found a strategically significant increase in milk production among mothers who took moringa. Whether every traditional practice has strong scientific evidence or not isn't the point I'm trying to make today. The point is this: every single meal carried one message: we want you to heal. Again, care arrived on a plate. Those two experiences had an impact on me and also taught me the important stages of women's life and how families support them with love and care during those times. One girl entering womanhood, one woman entering motherhood. Different stages of life, different needs, but exactly the same intention: care. And that made me wonder, how many forms of care have we stopped recognizing just because they became ordinary? Because the most powerful things in life often become invisible through repetition. We stop noticing them until one day science helps us notice them again. While reading about nutrition, I came across a 2024 meta analysis that deeply surprised me. Among 150,000 girls, it estimated nearly 2 out of every 3 adolescent girls in India are anemic. India's comprehensive National Nutritional Survey also reports that iron deficiency is significantly more common among girls than boys of the same age. Those numbers stayed with me, not because they were shocking, but because they reminded me of my own story. Those quiet meals once I thought were ordinary, maybe they weren't just traditions. Maybe they were generations trying to solve the problems with the knowledge they had. To be honest, I'm not saying every tradition is scientifically perfect. Nor am I saying we should replace modern medicines with traditional practices. Science is essential. It helps us question, test, and improve. But science also helps us appreciate why some traditions survived for centuries. Maybe our ancestors didn't know the word micronutrients, but they knew what care looked like, and they practiced it every single day. Today, our lives are faster than ever. We order food in minutes, we optimize everything. Yet, somewhere along the way, many of us stopped asking one simple question: who created this meal for me? Because behind many traditional meals wasn't just a recipe, there was observation, experience, love, hope, and an invisible wish that the next generation would be healthier than the previous one. So today, I'm simply inviting you to look again, because what looks old might actually be timeless. It was never about replacing old with new. It was about perspective. The things we grew up around, the things we started to overlook. Maybe we didn't lose anything. We just stopped recognizing it, noticing it. And that quietly becomes black gram preparation for a young girl, sesame laddus rolled by careful hands, and moringa leaves cooked for a recovering mother. Generations of wisdom, quietly nourishing generations of people. So, when you sit down for your next meal, pause for a moment and ask yourself, who cared for me before even I knew I needed it? Because care was never just a comforting word. Maybe it was a meal prepared with intention, remembered across generations. A handful of ingredients chosen not just to satisfy hunger, but to nourish a future. The most beautiful kind of care is often invisible. It never asks to be noticed. It keeps showing up on a plate, in a kitchen, hoping the person eating it will be a little stronger tomorrow. Thank you.